Slovakia is a tiny country absolutely packed with medieval castles, dramatic mountains, old mining towns, and villages that look frozen in time. Basically, everything you'd want squeezed into a place smaller than Greece. Welcome to Optimized Travel Destinations. My name is Laura, and I'm part of the Optimized Travel team. We help travelers plan amazing trips through our concierge service, and today we're counting down the very best places to visit across Slovakia. These are the 10 best places to visit in Slovakia. Let's get started. Number 10, Trenčín. Trenčín sits on the Va River in northwestern Slovakia, about an hour and a half from Bratislava by train. Okay, plenty of Slovak towns have a hilltop castle, but Trenčín doesn't so much sit on a hill as grows straight out of it, right above the main square, and it's one of the biggest in the country. Climb to the keep, and the whole valley opens up below. Back down in the square, one hotel is built into the castle cliff itself, so a few rooms literally have the bare rock as a wall. But the thing I love the most? A Roman inscription carved into the rock under the castle, and nearly everyone walks straight past the most surprising Roman relic north of the Alps. It's an easy day for the castle and old town, and if you've got time, the fairytale castle at Bojnice is only 40 kilometers east. Number 9, Vlkolínec. Vlkolínec is a tiny mountain village near Ružomberok in central Slovakia, a few kilometers uphill from town. So picture a village lived in for centuries that still looks much the way it did 300 years ago. A cluster of old log houses on a hillside, a wooden bell tower, a chapel, and only about 30 people still living here. And they really do live here. Laundry on the lines, cats in doorways. It's a steep but gorgeous walk up, the low Tatras all around, and you just wander. Let the slowness sink in and head down. Honestly, it's that little wooden belfry that gets me, more than the houses. It stood for centuries and still feels used, not like a monument behind glass. Take a local bus from Ružomberok or walk up and pair it with the town and the low Tatras for a full day. Number 8, Banská Štiavnica. Banská Štiavnica is tucked into the hills of central Slovakia, about 2.5 hours from Bratislava by bus through Zvolen. Here's the fun thing. Loads of old mining towns crumbled into ruins, and this one somehow became a perfectly preserved Baroque town instead, the kind that lands on the UNESCO list. For ages, it was one of the richest silver and gold towns in Europe, and when the money ran out, it basically froze the place in time. You get a gorgeous main square ringed with palaces and churches, an old castle on the hill, and, higher up, a calvary of more than 20 little chapels marching up the ridge. Do that climb late afternoon if you can. The town spreads below, the chapels throw long shadows, and it genuinely sticks with you. A full day works, but 2 days are better for the lakes and the museum. Number 7, Demänovská. The Demänovská caves are in the low Tatras, south of Liptovský Mikuláš in central Slovakia. This valley pulls off something I haven't seen anywhere else. 2 totally different caves within a couple of kilometers of each other. One stays frozen all year. Cold air gets trapped in the lower chambers, so even in midsummer, you're looking at ice columns and frozen lakes. Walk a little further, and the next is the opposite, big and warm, full of huge stalactites with a river running through. Do both in a day, starting with the icy one in the morning while it's at its best, before the midday tours warm things up. That swing, silent and blue, then vast and warm, is really the whole point. Both are reached by bus from the Liptovský Mikuláš into the valley and open year-round, though the ice cave keeps shorter hours, so check times before you go. Number 6. Bardejov. Bardejov sits in the far northeast of Slovakia, close to the Polish and Ukrainian borders, about an hour north of Prešov. Bardejov is one of those places the 20th century just skipped, and barely anyone's heard of it. Way back, it got rich off the trade route between Poland and Hungary, and that money left a main square so intact it's now a UNESCO site, lined with Gothic and Renaissance houses and a beautiful old town hall. The church still has its old Gothic altar panels, and a wooden synagogue in the former Jewish quarter survived the war. But my favorite moment is the square after dinner, the facades all lit by street lamps and hardly another soul around. It's a long way from Bratislava, about 4 hours, but a full day covers the square, the church, the quarter, and the spa town. Number 5. Bojnice Castle. Bojnice Castle stands in the town of the same name in central western Slovakia, about 3 hours from Bratislava. Bojnice looks like somebody designed it for a fairy tale. Towers, a moat, a drawbridge, the works. It's the most visited castle in Slovakia. A wealthy count rebuilt the whole thing about a century ago to show off his French furniture collection, designing every room around it. There's a little chapel built right over a natural cave, and you can peer through a grill under the altar at the cave floor, a weirdly delightful detail. The grounds are lovely too, and if you come in May, there's a Spirits and Ghosts festival that leans right into the romance of it. Bojnice pairs well with Trenčín on a loop. A bus is usually easier than the train, and a full day covers the castle, the park, and the zoo. Number 4. Slovenský ráj. Slovenský ráj is a national park in the Spiš region of eastern Slovakia, easily combined with Spiš Castle. Here's what makes this park so much fun. Instead of hiking around the gorges, you hike straight up through them. You're basically walking up the stream bed itself, hauling yourself past waterfalls on metal ladders bolted into the rock. The trails only run one way, up through the gorge and back along a path on top. And Suka Bella is the classic one to do. There's also a clifftop viewpoint over the Hornad River Canyon that's worth the little detour. It's reached from Spiešská Nová Ves by bus or car. The gorge trails run roughly May through October, but don't forget your waterproof boots. Number 3. Bratislava. Bratislava sits on the Danube right where Slovakia, Austria, and Hungary meet, an hour from Vienna. Bratislava is the only capital on earth that borders 2 other countries, and sitting right there on the Danube with Vienna just an hour away by boat, that location shapes the whole feel of the place. For nearly 300 years, it was actually the capital of the Kingdom of Hungary, back when Buda was under Ottoman rule, and many of those churches and palaces are still standing. The castle sits high above the river with views straight into Austria, and the old town below is small and easy to wander, with Baroque palaces, narrow lanes, and one pretty central square. Don't miss the blue church of St. Elizabeth. It's gloriously odd, pale blue from top to bottom, and the flying saucer deck on the SNP bridge gives you the best views in the city. I think the river is the city's most underrated feature. Arriving by boat from Vienna rather than by train gives you a completely different sense of where Bratislava sits in Europe. It's an hour from Vienna by bus or boat, and 2 from Budapest. And 2 days is about right. The castle and Old Town one day, the small Carpathians wine region the next. Number 2. Spiš Castle. Spiš Castle stands on a ridge in the Spiš region of eastern Slovakia, near the town of Spišské pod Hrade. Spiš is one of the biggest castle ruins in all of Central Europe. This enormous thing sprawled right along a ridge, looking out over one of the most history-soaked landscapes in the country. It grew over centuries into a massive fortress, and after a fire a couple hundred years back, it's been a ruin ever since. But what a ruin! Towers and walls and courtyards spilling out everywhere you look. The UNESCO listing covers the whole landscape around it, including the tiny walled church town of Spišská Kapitula and the Gothic town of Levoča, which has this astonishing, towering carved altarpiece by a medieval master. It's about 20 minutes from Spišská Nová Ves. The walk up is fairly steep, so allow 3 to 4 hours. And pair it with Levoča and Spišská Kapitula for a full day in the Spiš landscape. Before I reveal number 1, a quick word about optimized travel. Planning a Slovakia trip sounds simple until you realize how spread out the best places are and how patchy the transport between regions can be. Getting the routing right and knowing which places deserve an overnight rather than a quick stop makes an enormous difference. That's what our concierge team is here for. Head to optimizedtravel.com or click the link in the description. And now, number 1. Number 1. High Tatras. The High Tatras run along the Polish border in the far north of Slovakia, about 4 hours from Bratislava by train to Poprad, then the mountain railway. The High Tatras are the highest peaks in the whole Carpathian range, granite summits topping 2,600 meters that somehow feel even bigger than that. Here's the surprising part. They're the smallest alpine ridge in the world by area, so everything's crammed into one tight, dramatic massif, and that's exactly why the scale catches you off guard. The main towns, Stary Smokovec, Sturbische Pleso, and Tatranska Lomnica, are linked by this lovely old narrow-gauge electric railway that runs along the southern side. A cable car hauls you up past 2,600 meters, about as high as you can get without proper climbing gear. And on a clear day, you can see half of Slovakia and right into Poland. My favorite time here is just after a storm clears. The peaks emerging from cloud one by one, the air washed clean, the alpine lakes mirroring the sky. The photos you take in those 20 minutes are the ones that capture the place. Come in July or August for clear weather and open trails, or June and September for fewer people, and give it at least 3 days, enough for the valley trails, a cable car ascent, and one long ridge walk. Those are the 10 best places to visit in Slovakia, from the folk village of Vlkolínec and the gorge trails of Slovak Paradise, all the way to the granite peaks of the High Tatras. Slovakia has far more depth and variety than most people expect. If you're ready to plan your trip, head to optimizedtravel.com. Our team is ready to help you build the perfect Slovak itinerary. And let me know in the comments, Would you head straight to the High Tatras or explore the castles and mining towns of central Slovakia first? Drop it below. We read every single one. If you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe. We cover the world's best destinations every week, and we'd love to have you along for the ride.